What's going on, everybody? Hashtag Data Spartan back with a new video today. And I have the pleasure of being joined by Mr. Luke Hutchinson. He is the principal and partner at Elite Specialty and Wholesale. Got that right. Awesome. Luke, thanks for jumping on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I look forward to talking to you some more about cyber.
Yeah, absolutely. So really what I wanted to do is get you to sort of give your insights about if you're an insurance agency today that wants to expand into cybersecurity insurance to offer that, what are the top sort of two or three things to think about when you're making that transition into that space?
Yeah, when it comes to cybersecurity and cyber liability as it relates to insurance, the biggest thing I would tell agents is to become educated. The challenges that I find when I'm talking to agents today is they are uncomfortable with cyber because it's relatively new, it's fast moving, and it constantly evolves. So I would encourage them to find ways to get themselves educated and then also find ways to latch onto somebody like myself who is experienced in the marketplace to help them through the process.
Got it. And, in your experience, what are the sort of top couple of reasons why companies want that insurance specifically?
Yeah, so cybersecurity is still a relatively new coverage in the world of insurance, right? Insurance has been around for hundreds of years, but today's insurance headlines are dominated by cyber liability breaches and ransomware and all these different things that are scary terms. And companies are now realizing they're more likely to have a cyber breach than they are to have somebody slip and fall on their premises, which would be related to general liability. So cyber is such a real issue, and it's not necessarily located in any geographical space, right? You might have employees working on the West Coast, you might have employees working overseas, and there's a very real exposure no matter where you are in the world.
Interesting. Yeah, because they say, data's the new oil, that's what these hackers are going after. So that's interesting. So, in terms of the actual coverage itself, is there like a specific kind of company that could be a good target? Is it like one in like everybody? Like who do you sort of recommend?
I would recommend anybody that uses the internet, anybody that has an email, and anybody that does any sort of financial transactions online would need cyber policies. When you think about cyber coverage, a policy would cover first-party exposure. So if your company is breached, you want somebody to help you through that process. Or if you lose the data, right, of your clients or your customers, that's a problem. That's scary. There's regulations you'll need to work through. And then it's your own money. So criminals are becoming more sophisticated by finding ways to monetize their criminal activities by taking money, right? So if you're trying to request an invoice from somebody, they might capture that and they might want to take money that way, or there's just various ways that they can get there. So as a business, it's everybody. There's really nobody that doesn't need cyber.
That's true. Okay, so what sort of insight, if somebody's watching this and is like, look, this sounds really great, I want to do this for my agency, what sort of actual insight would you say, okay, do like this today?
Yeah, what I'm tell you today is, again, like I mentioned to start, is to get yourself educated. Just start to understand what cyber is, what it covers, because it's very different. And unfortunately, being a new policy, the various insurance companies that offer cyber, they don't always use the same term. So company A versus company B versus company C, they may all offer cyber liability, but it may not be the same. It may say, yes, you have coverage, but when you look at premiums, if one is $100, one's $500, and one's $10,000, you would assume that the $10,000 policy is probably a broader coverage than a $100 policy, but it doesn't necessarily always work out that way. So make sure that you get yourself somebody that can help you through the process, but you also need to make sure that you're educating yourself as an agent or broker to help make sure you can properly convey this information to your client.
Interesting. No, that was really good, man. Luke, thanks for joining me, man. Everybody, hope you got some good value out of that video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.